Warning. The thoughts and views and opinions of guests and hosts are just thoughts and views and opinions of an entertainment podcast. Not to be taken serious or to heart, only for granted like my previous lovers. I am not a professional, I just play one on the show. So please enjoy, or not. I do not control you no matter how cool I sound. Enjoy. Deuces.
Welcome.
No special characters.
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Carried away.
Sniper rifle.
That's a huge red flag. First of all, don't walk past me, stare me up and down, and then go commit a crime, right? That hurts my feelings. I don't think so. What time is it? Oh, it's business time. It's business o'clock. Let's fucking go. Yo. Yo. Welcome back, beautiful people. I am your host, Jose Luis, aka
On my cool J.
Go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
aka
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something!
what could that be? AKA Mr. Big and Small. And this is No Special Characters, episode 195, I believe. And before I move forward, let me go in.
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world?
What could that be?
Special
Characters.
This is culturally inappropriate.
And
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you.
I know a gentleman that's going to be a big part of an upcoming.
what could that be?
Here I come. Here I come.
I can't help it that I'm
Custom made.
You have an emergency contact? On my cool J.
Hopefully you guys are doing good out there, doing great. Hopefully you guys are enjoying whatever kind of day you're having, because I don't know when you're listening to this, whether this is the morning, the afternoon, the night. Maybe you're not listening to this at all and you stumbled across it by accident. You're like, who could this fat jolly man be? And I am on my cool J. So welcome, guys. I'm coming off of my birthday week, and I must say, it's been very interesting. I am 39 years old. That's when we get closer to 40. Jesus Christ. So now I'm looking at things like, all right, for Caucasians, this would be like, oh my God, I'm almost near to half of my life. But I'm brown with a history of bad medical stuff. Like, not just my history, but my people's in general. All right. Okay. So this is kind of like me already being at my midlife point, right? Because we kind of go like at 60, sometimes 70. All right. But yeah, I was just sitting back, reminiscing, thinking, I'm like, all right, I just turned 39. Didn't expect to hit 39, but all right, okay. And I was like, I want more. I need more. What can I do that's more? And what I should be doing, what I've been hearing a lot lately, is this podcast more. There's like, hey, you should be doing, why haven't you been dropping regularly? And I'm like, life's been lifing. I'm about to get the boutique running. I'm trying to figure out, I need measuring tape. You got to write that down somewhere. Because I don't know, whatever it is with Poshmark, people on Poshmark like you to use like the measuring tape. Like, oh my God, this is 23 inches long. I mean, some would say. But yeah. So that's what I've been up to. Enjoying my birthday week. Just spent time with my family. It was pretty dope. I liked it a lot. My nephew just had his birthday yesterday. Still suffering indigestion off of that one. Yeah, man. And I got to go do my yearly walk in the city. It sucks that before I used to go a lot to the city, but now it's like a yearly walk where I walk from Hudson Yards all the way down to Chelsea Piers. I like doing that walk. They always change scenery. They were doing these new things. Normally I go by this gigantic statue that they always seem to change like every 6 or 7 months. But this time I'm seeing the change happen in person. And what I see is they got rid of this gigantic teddy bear. If you follow me on my Cool J page, or you follow me in the Food Court Casanova page, you would see this pink bear that used to be there. And it looked fire. And now they're putting up a gigantic Buddha. So I was like, what is the theme? And it looked like they were throwing a party. But by the time I would have been done with the area, the show would have not even started yet. It looks like they were still setting up. So I'm over here doing my walk in the city. But before I could even move forward with the story, one of my homeboys from the neighborhood was like, yo, let me know whenever you go to the city. I'd like to tag along. So I was like, all right, let me just do this. All right. Hit him up. Boom. Hoping to hear a no. Like, you know what? I was like, all right, cool. I asked you. I'm very All right, I asked you that one time. You said no, we're good. All right. You can never be like, oh, you never asked. No, I'll ask. I just reluctantly be like, okay. So my boy, I'm talking to him. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave in an hour. You cool with that? He's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I was like, all right, cool. And I'm doing this drive with him, and I forgot to ask a very important question, which was, are you weird? And you should really know if your people's is weird. But my thing was, are you weird and do you attract weird? He's like, nah, I should be fine. You sure about that? Yeah. Because I have a very not inviting face, right? Like, you really got to get to know who I am by actually talking to me. But I don't have an inviting face. When people see me, they're like, all right, let me leave him alone. Let me not talk to him because my face is very like, so he's like, nah, I don't attract weird. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, well, we're going to drive to this area. We're going to leave my car here. We're going to jump on the train and we'll be at the city in 40 minutes. Cool. He's like, cool. We get to the other location, the secondary location. I park the car. We start walking. Before he could get out the car, the old lady walking by sees him. Oh my God, you're an Adonis. And I'm like, what did I just say? Old lady, right? Starts talking to him. Before he can even get out the car, just starts talking to him. Like, oh my God, it's such a beautiful day. So before we make contact with the lady, she's talking to another woman. Tall, beautiful woman. Bald-headed, but still beautiful. Goes up to the girl. She's like, oh my God, holds her hands, then touches her face. I was like, whoa, that's really too close of a, that's too much contact. And I'm like, they must be neighbors. They must know each other. That's what I said before we go deal with our contact. So before he gets out the car, she sees him. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, all right, that just answered the question that this lady didn't even know the other lady that was walking down the street. And it was very nice of her to let her be like, I'm going to touch your face now and you're going to be okay with it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Cool. It was like, we're both walking away. I was like, all right, that was a little bit weird. I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, it started already. We didn't even leave Queens yet. We're still above ground. We didn't even go underground yet. And it started. All right, cool. We get down there to the subway station, waiting on the platform, waiting for the train. We find out that the train that we need isn't running at this time. It doesn't run till an hour later, but we can jump on another train, get off at another stop. We just had to go one stop. We get on the train, and I made the cardinal mistake of whenever you see, and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever you see an empty subway train, that means there's something wrong. But I have this face here, so I'm totally fine. Nobody talks to me. Nobody says nothing to me. I get an, hey, yo, Poppy, I do this. And we're like, yo, no, let me leave you alone. Right? This dude gleefully sees my boy right there. And he goes, yo, what's up, brother? I don't know if you know who I am. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we didn't ask. But okay. He is like, yo, look at me. Like, showing us facial features. Well, not me, showing my boy facial features. He's like, did you know I'm John Dillinger? And I'm like, whoa, the rapper? I was like, no, that's Daz Dillinger. John Dillinger, the white boy that used to rob banks? Now, clearly, this man was of a darker descent. And he's telling me he's John Dillinger on the subway train that died in the 1930s, I believe. He's like, yeah, I'm John Dillinger. I used to rob banks and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. I'm just very entertained watching this because it's not happening to me. It's happening to my boy. And now he has to stand there awkward with a crackhead telling me he's John Dillinger. And then he goes, yo, bro, I was in Black Hawk Down. I was in Vietnam. And I'm like, you know what would be crazy? If he's not lying to us. Not on the who he is type, but more of a, it seemed like he could have been like an actor and just been in one of those roles. And it's like something happened and now he's a little off his rocker and he's remembering his acting life. So I was like, yeah. But he goes on this whole tirade about who he is and his life. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, this stop that's supposed to be 5 minutes is taking its sweet ass time. I'm like, yo, this cannot be life, bro. So we finally stopped talking, get on the next train, boom, transfer, next train, chilling. I mean, him are just like bullshit and talking. I normally don't do the talking. I don't do the chit chatting. I mention that to you guys all the time. But we're somehow talking, cool, till we get to the spot. All right. As soon as we get out this train and we start going on the platform to leave the area, a person's staring at him and he's staring back. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I don't know, this guy's staring at me. I'm like, yo, what'd I just say? First thing I said, are you weird? And do you attract weird? I was like, the whole hour of this has just been you just being weird and you dealing with weird. So he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, bro, I am so glad I do not have that inviting face. That inviting face, I'm not with it. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to get to my destination, go take some pictures, do this walk, chill, buy something here, buy something there, eat a glizzy, just keep it moving. All right. Go make time to go to Italy. That was my plan for the day. Just go get some Italy food. So not Italy food, Italy. So yeah, we're chilling and I'm like, okay. And he keeps interacting with other people that he doesn't want to interact with. So it was like mad funny. I'm like, okay. And he's like, yo, bro, I swear to God, I don't know what it is. I'm like, it's you. So I was already making fun of him because I was like making fun of his attire. You ever seen somebody that can't dress and they tend to wear things out of the time area, right? The time era, right? So me and him are walking and he's dressed like a 50-year-old Haitian man. I'm like, are you wearing an Echo shirt? He's like, yeah, man. I had to wear it because, we was going to be in the city with the ladies and I was going to go bag something. And an Echo shirt, it's like, okay, whatever, bro. I was like, you might got game. You might be able to pull it off. I don't know. I'm just observing. I'm watching you, how you move right now. All right. Because I just saw how you was dealing with old ladies and crackheads and subway workers. I was like, maybe with the ladies, it might be something different. Cool. I'm on this journey with this dude. Remember I said weird. I don't like weird shit. So he's like, yo, let's just take a detour. I'm like, all right, cool. We could go take this detour. Where do we go? We go to a dispensary. I was like, I've never been to a dispensary. I mentioned to you guys all the time that I don't smoke. I don't do weed. I don't really do shit like that. So whatever. And you get to the dispensary. And to get into the dispensary, you have to scan your ID. I was like, I'm not going into the dispensary, bro. He's like, but come on. It's weird that you're standing outside. And I'm standing. Why would I sully my ID to go into a weed dispensary? Why would I put that mark, that inclination on my ID that they want to scan for me to get in here so you could go buy a dime bag of fucking weed? Like, what are we doing here? So I was a little bit mad about that. I was like, oh, a little bit mad about that. But I got over it and then we continued on our journey. And he had fun. He's never done this walk before. He's never been to this mall before. He's never been to Italy before. So it was like, if this was a first day, I probably would have piped or something. Pause. Or maybe not. So it was just bad. It was just like mad cool, mad funny. So it was out there just chilling, just relaxing. The most funniest thing of the thing was we went to Little Tree Island. I love going to Little Tree Island because it's a nice view. You meet some people, cool, chill. You can find some things. Along the walk to Italy, you can find these stores that are off the corner and you can buy things. I like doing things like that. As you can see, I got this hat on. It's called Tree Daddy. I got this in the city that day. So I was like, okay. So, and I don't know if you can see the pigeon with the coffee and the boots, but it's right there. I got that from the store that I don't remember the name of. So we do this walk from Hudson Yards all the way to Chelsea Piers, right? And I'm seeing signs on my walk like, hey, man, there's event happening. And I'm like, what the hell could be going on? So we get there and there's no event happening. There's no event, not whatsoever. And then I look better. Like, all right, let me use these eyes. And in the middle of Little Tree Park, there's a food truck there, or a food stand, some would say. I don't know if you guys ever been to Chelsea Piers. If you guess extremely Caucasian, you would be right. Extremely Caucasian with a sprinkle of Asian. All right. There's not that many black and brown folks there, which makes it safe. Let me stop. But there's not that many of us there. So this food truck is there. or cart, and they're selling jerk chicken. Jerk chicken. Jerked chicken in Chelsea Piers. Jerk chicken in Chelsea Piers. They spend mad money to be there, get the permit, set up, do a show, hire people, prepare for this, prepare for that. Get all the ingredients to go here to Chelsea Piers in the middle of Little Tree Island, on a little island of its own, right? For nobody to get food from it. For nobody to get food. I did not see one person try to attempt to get jerk chicken at that place. They were looking at it like, what is that? What could this be? And then all I heard, the classic question that I hear every time I'm around people of different descent, which is, oh my God, is it spicy? How spicy is it? And I was like, see, right there. You should have mid-jerked it, pause. And I was like, you should have not even jerked it at all. You should have just made it chicken. Should have called it, nah, this is just chicken, right? And you would have sold way more food there saying it's just chicken than jerk chicken. Because everybody and their mother was like, I don't know. And I would have gave him business too, but I already had a glizzy on my walk. So I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'll talk to y'all later. So yeah, that was one of the most funniest things. I was like, damn, you poor guys came all the way out to Chelsea Piers to try to sling jerk chicken. And that shit ain't work. So sad, so sad. Oh, man, I'm straying off topics. So the reason I'm glad I have a face that's not inviting. And every now and then, somebody oblivious attempts to make contact, right? Not because they don't see, they can't read the room, but they think they would just be like, oh, maybe I could get like a smile out of him. So the other day, I was at the mall with my brother. My brother had me in a Samsung store. And this girl, we're waiting online. We were waiting online for like a good 40 minutes. We was getting tight. And for a phone repair. And there was this girl going back and forth. I assumed she worked there because she was going behind the counter mad freely. She didn't work there. It was just privilege. So I'm not saying she's one of those. I'm just saying she felt very entitled to walk behind counters where people are working and while she don't work there. I could tell you right now, if I did that, they wouldn't be like, sir, you can't be behind the counter. I've been in situations where I was behind a counter that was not an active counter. It didn't look like a counter. And they were like, you can't be behind the counter. Why? There's literally nothing going on here. But this lady, but she was nice, jolly, happy. It was cool. So she sees me and my brother. My brother is a white version of me, bigger version of me, taller version of me. And he goes, hey. And she goes, hey. And she looks at me, Samoan. I'm like, what? I see your hair and your hair's in a ponytail. So I assume you're Samoan. No. And I have my Mexico jersey on and it says Mexico. And she was like, oh, I should have did more looking into you. I was like, what happened? You're Mexican. No. She was like, but your shirt says Mexico. Yeah. Does your shirt say Caucasian? Does it like what's going on here? And she was like, whoa, I didn't mean it like that. I was like, I didn't mean it like that either, but I'm just having fun because you brought up this conversation of, she was like, Mexico. She took her finger and went, Mexico. I was like, yo, I swear to God, why are you touching me? So it was like too funny. But yeah, I'm glad I don't get that many interactions like that. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what made it so funny to me. Just sitting back, watching people in life and like how bold people are sometimes. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, no. Because she said it with the most confidence. Samoan. And I'm like, no. Mexican. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But yeah, that was some of my week right there. All right. So wait, almost stepped away from the rest of the conversation that we were having. So glad I don't have that face. I just want to say, ladies. I know this is not the show for you guys. I get it. But I do want to say, I don't want you guys to ever think I don't understand. But dudes are creeps. Now, this is going to sound bad because it'll sound like I'm talking bad about my boy. But this is just dudes in general. So I'm out with my boy, right? We're in the city chilling. And horn dog. You ever hung out with a horn dog? A horn dog. Horny bastard. Like if I had a water bottle, like yo. But everything that moved, he's like. looking around, breaking his neck, spotting things. So I've been with the horn dogs that have game. Sadly, my boy didn't have game. I have a homeboy named Spills, right? Spills, Spills, Spills is very bold, up forward. Like if I was a girl, I would mace him. Like I would mace him. But girls have horrible decision making skills sometimes. So Spills will see you with your kids, right? Spills will see you with your kids, right? You could have two, three kids on you. You could be walking, right? He'll look at you. If you look good, he'll be like, damn, that shit must be fire because you already got 3 on you. And I'm like, Spills, you could just say hello, hi, interested to meet you, all that type of shit. Nah, that shit gotta be fire, yo. I was like, all right, relax. Now my boy that was with me in the city, he's looking like, but he's on some like, I don't know how to put it. I've only seen this in movies, right? You ever seen like AC Slater? Well, he'll spot a girl and he'll just do a little smile, and the girl smiles back, and now they're both smiling at each other. And the girl walks up to him. That's what he was expecting, right? That's what he was expecting. He was expecting all these girls that he was forcefully staring at. I was like, you look crazy, bro. He's like, nah, she'll come over. She'll say, hey. Now one girl came over and said, hey. And he's like, this. I'm like, I'm just to put this out there, bro, but do you think it could be the Echo jersey? Like, maybe they're not looking at you. They're looking at you wearing an Echo jersey. They're probably like, I haven't seen that since 2005, right? Right? Or it could be like, I think he just got out of prison. So, because you're wearing something that I haven't seen anybody wear Echo unless it's middle-aged men, Caribbean men wearing Echo and Fubu, and some Mexican dudes. Yeah, so I was like, okay. So I'm like laughing because I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. And he's like, nah, it's going to work. I was like, why don't you go talk to them? Nah. So I get very irritated because every time I turn around, he's like, I'm like, bro, you're throwing me off rhythm because I feel like, all right, you're looking hard at something, which means there's either drama around and I got to be ready and be on 10, or you're just being extra. Maybe just being extra. So it was like, man, funny, which lets me look into other things, which is like, all right, cool. That dudes are weird, bro. And this has nothing to do with my boy now, but dudes are just weird, bro. I've seen it a bunch. I like people watch it. That's my favorite thing. It's these poor girls just can't be going to their destination walking without being stopped. It's really crazy. Like when I was at the mall with my brother, beautiful girl in front of me, beautiful, baddie, cool. What do I notice in front of her? A dude dressed like he was in 2003, right? He looked like one of the original members of G Unit, Dipset, all that shit, right? All right. So he looked like the original rock boy, right? So he's standing in front of me, baggy jeans, Olympic 7s, a fitted cap with a do-rag on it with the flap down. I haven't seen that in years. And he's wearing a Knicks jersey. I'm like, okay, but it wasn't the Knicks colors. It was like, maybe I could be wrong. Let me look this up, right? Let me look this up. Maybe I could be wrong. But it was like a black, orange, and red. I've never seen a black, orange, and red Knicks jersey, right? And then I look at the name, and I'm like, that don't look right. So let me look it up before I mention the name. The jersey that he had on was an Iverson jersey, right? He had an Allen Iverson number 3 jersey, and it said Knicks in the front. I was like, okay, you clearly dressed yourself up today. You want to wear this. And then back to the beautiful girl in front of me. All right, cool. She's just trying to order her food. He's over there like, looking back, breaking his neck, biting his lip. He's like, all right. And like, you could tell like she feels uncomfortable because he's like doing the death stare. Like, yeah, you notice me, look at 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 me. I gotta do it right. He's like looking at her like, look at me, 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 look at me.
Look at me.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I was like, we're all online to ordering our food. He was first. She was next. We were last, right? So once you order your food, you get on another line. So he kept trying to go like, nah, ma, you could go in front of me. She's like, it don't work like that. Nah, but you could go in front of me. It doesn't matter. Like, you have to stay there. Your food's literally cuts there before my food gets there. No, but it's okay. You can stand in front of me. And she was like, can you just fucking continue what you're doing? Which means it's like, yo, all right. He clearly wants you in front to go look at your ass. That's basically what he's trying to do. And the whole thing was, he's there with this jersey. He's there with these clothes from a different time era. And he's trying to bag the girl while his mom is walking back that paid for the food. Mama paid for the food, went to the bathroom, came back. You're trying to bag the girl while mama's there in your 2003 attire in 2026. I was like, these are many of the tough things that girls got to deal with dudes, because the confidence some people have is amazing. The confidence some people have, like, I would never have the confidence with it. Yo, mom, let me go get your number. You see this jersey, throwback jersey. No, hell no. No. So, but kudos to him, because shooters are going to shoot. But, yeah, dudes be creepy. Let's see what's on the docket with the mother. Hold up, am I missing anything? All right. So we're gonna go over to the movie review section.
Oh boy, over the top! How outre?
The movie we're gonna talk about today, I actually saw today. I was supposed to talk about Spider-Man Noir. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I saw this movie called Send Help with Rachel McAdams, and it's just Rachel McAdams and the guy from Allstate. He was in it too, but he wasn't important. It's only Rachel McAdams and some guy that I can't. He looks like Jordan Lovitz or Gordon Lovitz, the guy that plays Robin. I don't know his name. The guy from Don, whatever. He looks like that dude, right? But it's not him. It's like a Timo version. So this movie takes place kind of like in the now, right? Movie takes place in the now. And this whole movie is really about like, yo, treat people nice, right? Treat people nice. You don't know who people are. It's all it really comes down to. Just treat people nice. So this takes place in a corporate setting. Rachel McAdams is this girl. She looks like Ugly Betty. I'm not going to lie. Rachel McAdams used to be a baddie, right? I say used to. I don't know what she is now. Because I saw something like in real life, like not like in the movie. So like somebody took a picture of her and I was like, oh my gosh, she aged like milk. It was terrible. It was very terrible. So Rachel McAdams used to be a baddie. So in this one, she plays this office worker. I don't know if you guys ever worked in the office before, but this office worker is the one that seems like she wants to be a part of everything. Like she's a little off. She doesn't know how to dress, like a little awkward. I have 3 of those at my job. So I'm very nice to them. Because I come from the era where people used to go to the job and shoot it the fuck up. All right. So I'm super nice to people that seem like they could be off a little. I'm like, hey man. And I get the heads up one day, like, nah, you don't want to go in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kind of like these kids should be nice to the school shooters. Like, you know who the school shooters are half the time because they're just the weird type kids. They're just the weird ones. So, yeah. So, Rachel McAdams' character and the fake Robin, he's like the CEO of this company, but he just got it from his dad, right? So he inherited the company. Rachel McAdams' character, she's with the company for mad long. She helped build the company to what it is. She was promised a VP spot. He doesn't do it. He gives it to his boy that went to college, right? She hears about it. She kind of loses her shit. He kind of plays it all smooth, like, all right, prove to me that I should make you the VP. Come on this trip with me, blah, 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 right? So there's like, all right, they didn't think they were going to take her. They didn't think she was going to take him up on the offer. So the very next day, she pulls up to the plane and it was like, oh shit, she's actually here. Yeah, I'm going to go win this account so I get my VP spot like anybody else would, right? The most messed up part of this movie was Shorty. This kind of makes me want to bag a white girl. Shorty was a survivalist, right? Like, she knows how to survive in the wilderness. She knows how to make fire. She knows how to get water. She knows how to hunt. She knows how to do this, what to look for, what to pick, and all this stuff, right? So she's good. So you kind of get a hint of this because on this airplane ride that they're on, somebody found her audition tape for Survivor. How did they find it? I don't know, whatever. But they found it and they're laughing at Shorty's face. They're laughing at her face like she's not a person. I'm like, yo, that's so fucked up. But that happens a lot. A lot of the times people will laugh at somebody's face. It's just the way this culture is set up now. So, yeah. Now, just in timing, the plane malfunctions, the hull rips open, people fly out, people die, they crash land, they end up on this island. Cool. People that survive her and the CEO, right? The CEO is on something like, yo, you still work for me. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And she's like, hey, yo, cut that shit out. Like, ain't nobody working for nobody right now. We're stranded on the island. You are not my boss. All right, cool. So she kind of teaches him a lesson. Like, yo, he loses it. She throws like a fucking tantrum. He's like, you should be doing this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking need you. Forgetting that Shorty saved him, right? Shorty saved him from dying. And he's like mad inconsiderate, mad ungrateful, mad all this shit, right? But as this movie goes forward, you start watching it, you start noticing like, oh, she's a little off. She's really unhinged. Oh, this bitch is crazy. So you just get to learn a lot more from her as a character. So in the beginning, you feel like, all right, I feel bad for her. And then now you're like, oh, no, this bitch is crazy. So the best thing of the movie was the island wasn't abandoned. There was some rich guy had like a house on the island. She found it the first day. She completely ignored it. She chose to live in squalor with this guy that was treating her like shit. She could have been saved, but I guess she figured like, yo, I'd rather live out here where I feel important than to go back to the real world where I'm not important, right? A lot of people will make that choice. That's the same conversation as the Matrix. Like, why would I give up this? Why would I give up all this things that I like right now? All these things that I think are real and then go into the real world. And it's like, oh shit, this sucks. So it was very good in that notion. The other thing I struggled with was Rachel McAdams. As I mentioned, I had a hard time trying to distinguish if she was hot or not. Because when you meet her, she's ugly Betty status. Like, oh, okay. She got like food in her teeth. She had mayo on her face. She's just like walking around like a complete mess. And then she gets to this island and she starts like, oh, you're looking really scrumptious right there. You're looking real good right there. So I was like, all right, how do you look better on the island? So I was like, okay, whatever. And then, oh, the other funny thing that I walked away with for like this beautiful house that was on the island, I was like, I'm 1000% sure that's where everybody was staying while they were recording this movie in this beautiful fucking house. That house had everything, champagne, food, fruit, everything in it. And Shorty chose to go hunt for food, kill a boar and all this shit. So I was like, damn. But yeah. It also made me realize that I need to back a white girl that knows about survival. Not as crazy as her, but that could get me safe, that knows how to hunt, that knows how to build, makes sanctuary, make fire, just do things like that will keep me safe. Because it let me know, like, I don't think I would have survived as long as they did or as she would. I think I would have been cooked. I would have been cooked the first day. I'm like, there's no sugar here. Like, I'd have been done. But yeah, man, it was a really good movie. And it just tells you to, hey man, don't judge a book by cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't underestimate people. And don't be a dickhead. That's the main thing. Don't be a dickhead. Why are you being a dickhead? So, yeah, it was very entertaining. I'm going to get out of this section. And we're going to go over to...
You're listening to...
And where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Oh, we got a crazy cool report. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Mother caught on Ring camera telling the neighbor's kids to go home while there was gunfire in the middle of the street. You have to be a special kind of person. You have to be a real piece of shit, for lack of better words. A real one. Like a real, like...
Piece of shit.
That's what that person was. Being dead serious. You can't trust people or strangers or people that you think you know with your kids, bro. Because I was trying to put myself in that kid's parents' shoes, right? Like if my son or my daughter is at your house playing with your kids and something like that happens, and you tell my child to risk their life going across the street instead of going inside your home for safety, I have a huge problem with that. I kind of feel like charges should be brought up on your leg for that. I don't know what the charges would be, but it's just crazy. So let me see if I can find it. Play some audio. That's not like little fire. That's not little fire at all. Not. So let's see if we can. Yeah. So she went, go to your house. So it looked like the husband was there too. And he was totally fine with that little boy crossing the street. I'm trying to see. Let me get a better view. Yeah. 2 grown-ass adults telling a little boy to risk his life crossing the street. Let me read the report. Well, social media is divided after a viral video appeared to show a mother telling one of her children's friends to go get home now while taking her own children inside while gunfire erupted nearby. The moment has sparked a heated debate online, with many questioning why the child was sent to make it home alone during such dangerous situations. Others defended the mother, saying it's impossible to know what someone will do in split-second life-threatening moments. Not in that situation. Why are we shooting bail for this? Why are we shooting bail for this? Why would I send an innocent child to go fight for their own shit? Like, hey, yo, nah. My kids are safe. You got to go to your parents so they can keep you safe. Where's your morality? Where's your morality? What are you thinking? I don't see a situation where if I'm with my nieces and nephew, because I don't have kids, if I'm with my nieces and nephews and let's say they're cousins or their neighbors and gunfire erupts, I'm not going to be like, everybody, you guys go that way. Children, you come here. Where does that make sense? Where is the psychological sense in that? Where is it? That's the most craziest thing. I really do feel like, yo, something should, like, there should be a penalty. If there's an HOA, get them the fuck out of there. Because that's wild. Because what if that baby got shot while running across the street? Who's responsible for that? I know the people shooting them, they're responsible for that. But is there any onus on that lady that sent him to go across the street? They're shooting down the block, wherever, probably wildly. You heard all those shots being exchanged. And you're like, yo, go across the street. Run past danger to get to your safety. While there's already safety here. That's wild to me. That's super wild to me. And I feel like if you condone that, you're a piece of shit. You're a real piece of shit. But yeah, I'm going to go over and move over to the next story. Damn, I was like, whoa. That was heavy. I'm gonna keep it light because that was pretty heavy. And other news, this fat man got left because clearly his girl wasn't interested. So man sues ex-girlfriend for ghosting him after claiming a $5 million lottery ticket that he paid for. The reason I said heavy is because he looks heavy in the picture and she does not. She kind of looks like Kimora Lee, but that might be something else. So let me read it. Do we have audio? Let's see.
His ex-girlfriend saying she ghosted him after claiming a $5 million prize on a lotto ticket that he paid for. The suit says he bought the winning 649 ticket at a Winnipeg convenience store the day before the draw. He says he handed it to his then girlfriend because he'd lost his wallet. After winning, he alleges he allowed her to claim it and have the money deposited into her account because he didn't have a valid ID to claim it himself. He says he believed she would be holding the money for him, but says she ghosted him shortly afterwards. She allegedly told the Lotto Corporation after that he gave her the ticket as a birthday gift. The allegations have not been tested in court.
That was wild. That wasn't my microphone. That was their microphone. All right. It sounded, I'm like, that's a, if you're watching the video, watching me go like, what the fuck is that noise? That was their microphone. It sounded like there was thunder in the background. So, yeah. That's crazy. That's wild. That's what, because how can you prove that? Like, you could prove that I bought the lotto ticket. I could prove that. But I think they say if your signature is not on the back of it, then somebody else can claim it. But his situation was weird though. Let me read something else. According to the lawsuit, the man says he purchased the winning ticket but asked his then girlfriend to claim the prize on his behalf. He's losing that. Because he had lost his wallet and lacked a valid ID. You could have just waited for that, bro. Required to collect the winnings. He alleges he trusted her to deposit the money into her bank. You idiot. And into her bank account temporarily because he was simply holding wait, what? I just missed it. Believing that she was simply holding the funds for him. That was dumb of you to think. Instead, the woman allegedly ended the relationship and cut off all ties with him shortly. Yeah, because she signed for the ticket. She signed for it. It doesn't matter who bought it. You can't prove that you didn't give it to her. That was pretty dumb. You're going to ask me, I'm looking at this girl. She's pretty in the face. She did that shit. All right, she did that shit. I'm looking at this photo of her. She does not look happy. She does not look like she wants to be there. She was going to do that. You should have read that right. Paco, you should have read that right. I don't know if that's your name. You look like a Paco to me. But, damn. You gave her the winning ticket. Deadass. You deadass gave her the winning ticket. Even if you did buy it, there's no way to prove that it was not a gift, right? There's no way to prove that. There's no way to prove that. There's no way to prove that at all. I don't even think you could trace the ticket back to the purchase because lottery is done with cash. So how can you really even prove that? What's to say that she didn't go out there and buy it herself? That's just more to add to it. So, yeah, man, that's pretty crazy. Why would you, that's so much trust in somebody. That's too much trust. I have trust issues. You're not getting that off of me. You're not getting that off of me. Are you crazy? And it was also really greedy because I would have been like, yo, half-half seems amazing. Like we both didn't have millions. We could both end up with millions and not be together. But whatever. You can't defend it. I don't see no lawyer. No, I don't see a reason how a lawyer can even take that. How could you take that case? She deposited the money into her account after signing for it and claiming it for herself. Unless you had a contract for that, bro, you were cooked. You were cooked. You were cooked. You were cooked. Let me tell you, dumbasses, you can't trust a pretty face and a smile, bro. You can't trust a fat ass and a smile. You just can't trust that fucking smile. So that was really stupid of you. Really, 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 really dumb. All right, so we'll move over to the next section. Not the next section, but the next topic of this section. This one, we're gonna rub feathers the wrong way. I already know it. So, an influencer is allegedly murdered by husband after pedophilia accusations. 911 dispatch revealed. Right. So, let me see. According to the report's newly released dispatch, audio captures the frantic moments before authorities found influencer Sarah Gilson and her estranged husband, Jeremiah Sean Duffy, dead inside of the Oklahoma home. In the recording obtained by TMZ, dispatchers tell responding officers they could hear a woman screaming and crying, followed by a loud bang during a 911 call linked to the residence. Another dispatcher also references a man who had previously been sought in connection with allegations involving a juvenile. All right. It is unclear whether that comment referred to Duffy. Officers arrived at the home around 11:18 p.m. All right. Did you just hear a lot coming out of my mouth? Did you just hear a lot? All right. So this is a murder-suicide case, right? I always say when it comes to these cases, if you're going to commit a murder-suicide, you should just start with yourself first. I always say that. But there are these accusations, and we have to call them accusations for now and alleged because I don't think nothing was proven yet. So we don't know if it's real or it's not. If it's real, fuck him. He's a piece of shit, right? Fuck him. So this is the part where people aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say, which is your man had these accusations, right? All right, cool. Everything isn't for social media. Everything isn't for social media. Everything isn't for social media. Not a goddamn thing. Really, there's a lot of things. Like, I get that you're an influencer and this and that, but there were smarter ways to separate yourself. Now, I hear idiots in the comment section that goes like, well, you should have just shut the hell up. Yeah and no. No, you don't have to shut the hell up. But the way she went about it, she should have shut the fuck up. But we're not over here trying to victim blame ish. But you can see how this result happens. So your husband is caught pedophilia charges, right? With a juvenile, right? That's what they're saying. That's all they're saying. So she went on her social media and made a video thinking that it would trend and all this stuff. I don't know if I can play this audio, but people are trying to blame this on Netflix because it's a Netflix trend about documentaries. I posted a thing on my story. It was like, yo, I can't wait for my Netflix documentary to show up when it talks about me showing up to work late every day, right? And like it's a chair in the middle and I never show up, right? So I took part of the trend. So she took part of this trend too. Hers was a little bit more drastic. So hers was preparing for when Netflix drops a documentary about my soon-to-be ex-husband who I just found out is a pedophile. She thought that was okay. She thought that was all right to put out, right? She thought that what's the worst that could happen? It happened. We cannot not look at that now. It happened. But my whole thing was like, all right, your soon-to-be ex-husband, all right, just caught these charges. He's losing his family. He's probably lost his job. He's probably going to jail. He's going through this shit. Now, I'm not looking for sympathy for this man. I'm not looking for sympathy at all for this man, right? Because if it's true, fuck him. Rest in piss. So the whole thing was this person that you shared a bed with, you love, you probably have kids with. If this is happening, you didn't have to go down the route that she took, which was like making a whole post like, getting ready for my ex-husband's pedophilia case. All right, so he's dealing with this, and now you just put a gigantic magnifying glass on it. You really thought that was smart? You really thought that was the best way to separate yourself from your husband? You really thought that, yo, let me make a fool out of him even more? Because at this stage, this is the part that people get mad, is like, we don't know what's true. We don't know what's true. Because what if he didn't do anything? What if it's just an accusation and it holds no weight? He's already losing everything. The world is already judging him. They're calling him a piece of shit. They're doing all these things. And now my wife went on social media to kick my back into. That was probably the last straw. Now, it doesn't justify what he does, but I'm just saying, when it came down to a decision-making skill, they both failed in this part, which was, she should have been like, all right, I have to step away from you. I'm going to go spend time with my mother. I'm going to go take the kids. We're going to go do this. You don't even have to tell him. You could just take the kids, go the fuck away, leave a note. Nah, you did a post for the whole world to see. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Now, this doesn't justify the murder, but it gives insight to like, all right, I could kind of see why he might have did this. Like, I could kind of see it. So it's like very hard to talk about this topic because it's so all over the place because people are going to be like, oh, you're victim blaming. Ish. No, she did not deserve to be murdered. She did not deserve to be murdered. Right off the bat, did not deserve to be murdered. But I'm just saying, this is the whole man versus the bear thing, right? Man versus the bear. And we're going to use that fucking metaphor. Why would you kick this bear that's down? Like, why would you kick a person that's down already more, right? You could have been like, yo, I'm going to step away, da-da-da. I went on social media. I do not associate with this person. You could have took that route. Like, yo, no. We're separating for now. I cannot be associated with him. I do not stand with his decisions. I do not agree with this, da-da-da. Nah. You threw him under the bus, and sad to say, he took you with him. So, yeah. This cool report was really dark. I'm not gonna lie. It was really dark. It was goddamn. We gotta get the hell out of here. And that was just like, whoa. It was whoa. So let's see what else I got. We're gonna get into this section. We're gonna go to
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something.
First question from a character is, will you be taking any recommendations for the new segment you have? And why not do it on the show? Well, it's very simple. Answer's very simple. No. I won't be taking recommendations. You know why we won't be taking recommendations? Because then you're in on the thing. That's cool and all, but how could you enjoy something that you're in on, right? How could you really be like, all right, can I guess this sample? Can I figure out where this is going? Am I going to choose the right present sample that you're thinking of, right? Where's the fun in that if you know the answer? Now, you could give recommendations, that's, I guess, but I don't think I would be telling you when I'm choosing your recommendations. That sounds so contradictory. No. Also, the reason I can't do it on the show is because it's the battle that I'm having right now. I'm noticing my Spotify numbers are dipping and everything's going to everything's going to YouTube because there's music there. So I figured if we're going to do music, I might as well break it into another section so I don't catch a copyright strike on this page and then I lose out on all 195 episodes. But I don't know, man. That's really murky waters. Because I feel like if you tell me something, then you're out of it and then you can't have fun. Or you might see it as like, all right, he listened to me. You know what? I'm on the fence about it. So yeah. I guess it would be like I guess it would be like another email thing, like, hey, like if you have any recommendations, because I got to figure out how to filter the right samples, because some samples start in the middle of the song, at the end of the song. For the Fabulous sample, that was 7 minutes in. I had to find that. Like, yeah. So that's like, all right. And then, all right, cue up Fabulous. That's the easy part. But it's finding the sample and trying to get it to blend in or mix in decently enough that it sounds like a good enough show. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, I don't want to cheat you out of that. But if I do ask for recommendations, you'll be the first one to know. All right, so boom. Oh shit. How are you going to victim blame? Jesus Christ, after that cool report, you're gonna hate it. How are you going to victim blame the girl in Obsession? She was literally under a spell. You weren't listening. Context clues. The first thing I said, or the first thing I pointed out was, each and every one of them were pieces of shit, except the girl with the steering wheel, right? All of them were grimy people. The guy that started the spell, the girl that was under the spell, and the person he called a friend. Grimy piece of shit people. Because I got to watch it again. The reason I got to watch it is because my homegirl is actually the waitress in the beginning of the movie. I didn't even notice it. I was like, wow, camera adds 10 pounds. But yeah. So, she's gonna curse me out. So, I watched the movie and I was like, all right, cool. And it's the same thing that I stated before. All right. He has a crush. He's telling his boy that he has a crush, right? Great. When you meet the main character, you can see that he's a loser. He's a piece of shit. He just wants, I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like guilting somebody to being with you, right? Like, oh my God, I think you're the most beautifulest person. Oh my God, I'm going to empty out my soul. She didn't ask you for that, bro. Cool. Telling it to his friend. he's piping the girl, right? But he's letting him go down this rabbit maze. They're like, no, I mean, I think you could get her, but I don't think you should get her. Like, I think you could do it, but I don't think you could do it. And then he's dogging her out too. All right, cool. Then you get the girl that knows he's interested and friends on them. All right, cool. Then she does this bullshit ultimatum where, like, well, what do you think about this girl named Sarah? Do you like her? He's like, I like her as a friend. Then she goes, do you like me? Now, if you're letting homeboy fuck you, and then you're going to go, well, do you like me? You're a piece of shit person too. Because you're still going to take that information and not give him a chance. You're like, you're going to hit him with the, that's sweet. I mention that all the time in the show because this question comes up a lot. So it's very like, okay. But no, not once did I say that she deserved what she went through. No, she didn't. She didn't deserve any of that shit. So yeah, you need to work on your comprehension skills because that's not what I said. I never said that at all. Never said that at all. They were all trashy individuals before that wish was even made. Just amplified it more. So yeah, let's go and get out of that. And what else I got? Damn, baby. Doo-doo. All right, what do you think about the BET cipher? Bro, I'm old. I'm unk. I don't know who these new kids are. I don't know who they are. Why would I know who they are? I don't listen to their music. I don't relate to their music. So let's see if I could play some music.
Where's yo getting them upside down crosses? L27 has upside down losses. Slaps for the soul that actually go. Never about 500 racks in the dough. Had to pray on that like a mat on the floor, but I act like you know.
Wait, I could do something. Do I have like a what's hot and what's not button? All right, so I found something that I'm going to try to run. So if it's good, I'm going to go.
Okay, let's go.
And if it's not, I'm going to go.
Go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
That makes more sense, right? Okay, so first person we got, his name is Miles Minnick. All right, so let's hear what he got to say.
Getting them upside down crosses. L27, I cannot take me to your bosses. Where's yo getting them upside down crosses? L27 has upside down losses. Slaps for the soul that actually go. Never about 500 racks in the dough. Had to pray on that like a mat on the floor, but I
go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
That was terrible. Next one we got.
I cannot chase the pussy, can't jerry it. I'm not evil, but my twin,
go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
Shut that shit up. His name was Slayer. We got Chris Patrick next.
On Will, niggas y'all said was the one lost they place through the breaking from injury. Break through the industry, wasn't a fan favorite off the rip. I went from Jalen Brunson in a Mavericks jersey.
Go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
Turn that shit the fuck off. Now we got this guy named Love Reezy or Love Reezy.
21 years consuming McDonald's. Niggas gonna turn in them nuggets out here. 70 years if you like.
Go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
Fuck up. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, son. All right, so next one is called So Camo.
Ain't no more regular living, we torn, I barely remember what day it is. Camera get put in your face and a young nigga turn to a motherfucking alien. Yeah. Know they gon' study my moves, they wait till a young nigga finally crash out. Had to take all of that.
Go back to your 9 to 5, bitch ass nigga.
When somebody does the ad lib to your freestyle, it's garbage, bro. All right. Last one. Last name is Hurricane Wisdom.
I was just broke and lonely, now I'm rich, got all these kinfolk. If you ain't trying to make no bread, then what the fuck you here for? These niggas broke, they going fed, they out here giving info. See my niggas going fed, so let me change the tempo. I'm in the booth with Gmo, fuck a game, this ain't no demo. The whip all black is emo, with plenty straps, you think this tape, but this shit ain't no Vivo. Called BZ Killer on that gate, and all game said was ill. I know that money makes shit straight, but it don't make.
All right, so that's 6 people I just played for you guys. Only 1 out of 6 is terrible, bro. 1 out of 6 is terrible, bro. 1 out of 6. You're probably gonna be like, oh, you harshly judged it. No, I didn't. There was a bunch of nothing going on there. And somebody said these are the best part of their freestyle that they did. Somebody thought the verses that I just played for you, somebody said that's the one that's gonna go viral. Yeah, no. I also want to say I heard another freestyle. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say who. That shit was horrendous. Long Island, you guys have Rakim. All right, you guys got Rakim, you guys got Busta. I need the rest of you guys to stop. That shit was horrendous. A bunch of nothing ass bars. A bunch of nothing. I wonder if this is what the older generation felt like hearing my generation rap, right? This is what I wonder. Like, I know the people above me were like, versus like Jim Jones, Cameron, Big Pun, Big L, all these people. And it's like, all right, Jay-Z, Nas. See, that's part of my group because guess what? That's what I was listening to growing up, going to school. So, yeah. So, yeah, no, that all sounded so terrible. I want to take a hot poker through my ear so I could stop. Why would you submit that? Why would you make me sit through it and listen to that? That was so bad. There was not one memorable bar in that section. I remember the last worst cipher was with it was the Little Dicky, whatever year that was, the Little Dicky year that they were all rapping. That was the worst cipher. They had poor Little Dicky with fucking what's this dude's name? Designer and Anderson Paak, right? He was like, I fuck at the flashlight. Yeah, I could tell, bro. I could tell. Thank God he met Bruno Mars and started making Silk Sonic. That shit was so bad. Designer just caught a case. Oh my God, bro. So, yeah, I remember when that shit came out, I was like, this shit is terrible. And I had my poor young man Dick there rapping his ass off. And they put him in the cipher. I never had the nerve to be like, oh my God, Designer was the best one there. With what? The Timmy Turner? Like, fuck out of here. All right. That just ruined my mood. Don't ever ask me that shit again. Jesus Christ. Get me the hell out of here. We're gonna go to Jesus Christ. Part-time lovers is a section that people like to fast forward to because they like to see the gossip. They like to be in the mess. And I get it. This section is pretty wild. People like to submit their questions about the relationship. Sometimes I answer it. Sometimes I don't. I do the best that I can. I am not a licensed professional. I just play one on the show. All right. So without further ado, let's go and get to the first question.
Friends keep bothering me to break up with her, since she won't do it. They said, why do I keep dogging her, but they don't seem to get she's okay with it. She knows the deal. She chooses to stay. What can I say to back them off?
Whoa. You gotta do a damn thing. You don't have to do a damn thing. All right, her friends keep bothering me to break up with her since she won't do it. They said, why do I keep dogging her, but they don't seem to get she's okay with it. She knows the deal. She chooses to stay. What can I say to back them off? Not a goddamn thing. Let them keep squawking, bro. Because you're right. You are absolutely right. She's choosing to be there. She's choosing to be in that situation. She's okay with being in that situation. But I'm not going to lie. You're a piece of shit. I have that button. You are...
Piece of shit.
You are that. You are that. Because you know what you're doing too. And you're okay with dogging her. And she's okay with being dog walked. So I get it. I get it. There is nobody right in this situation. But there are no victims in this situation either. She's totally choosing to be there. Totally choosing to be hurt. She's over there probably going like, oh my God, I can change him. All right. See how far you can take that for. But yeah. No. You don't got to do a damn thing. Everybody's responsible for their own decisions. Everybody's responsible for their own decisions. So live by it. Live by it, die by it. Right? So that was easy. That was so simple. So simple. All right. Let's go to the next question.
My man is a streamer, and every now and then he collabs with others. But there's this one girl that he flirts with that I don't like. He says it's a part of the show and the fans love it, but I don't. Am I looking too far into this?
Huh. That's a very common tactic. Let me read that for the regular folks that don't like hearing your voice. My man is a streamer, and every now and then he collabs with others. But there's this one girl that he flirts with, and I don't like that. He says it's a part of the show, and the fans love it, but I don't. Am I looking too far into this? Yeah, no. As I just mentioned, this is very common with streamers. Streamers tend to flirt with each other, hit on each other, even though they happen to have a significant partner at home. So he is right in that part. Because people just be wanting to put people with each other. One of the girls that I follow, her name is Sarah Safari. She flirts with everybody, right? The biggest person that she flirts with, I mean, I don't mean figuratively, but he's kind of big too. His name is Felipe. Felipe is always flirting with her. She's always flirting with him. But then at the end of the day, I found that Felipe has a whole girlfriend. He has a whole wife. So it's very common for this to happen. Then you see the girl Sarah Safari. She goes on. She's in Streamer University right now, and she's flirting with everybody, guys and girls. So that's kind of her shtick. Like, all right, she'll be like, all right, let me go harass this dude. Let me go harass this girl. And that's people like it. They try to put her with people and put bodies on her. Weird to me, but okay, whatever. Is there anybody else? Is there anybody else that I'm missing? Yeah, so there was somebody else, but I'm drawing a blank. But this is just like a recorded version of hookup culture, or what girls would call Love Island, except you have a girl. Or in his case, he has a girl, right? Now, my issue wouldn't be with him, it would be with you, actually, because my conversation would now come down to, have you had this conversation? That's 1. 2, do you want to be on camera? That's 2. 3, will he allow you to be on camera? That's even better. Because some of the girls, I think they said with Felipe, his girl doesn't want to be on camera. She's totally fine not being on camera. She's okay with whatever he does and the flirting he does, all right? I think that's only to an extent, though. But I see other streamers and they put their girl on camera. There's this gaming couple that I follow, guy and girl, Book of Ken and Book of Carly, right? Streamers. All they do is play video games and they hit on each other and the fans love it. Like, oh my God, I love these two. Don't lose her, don't lose him. That's what they see. So there's ways to make this work, but it depends if you want to be a part of that lifestyle. But if you're going to be a part of that lifestyle, you got to be there with the negative too, because they're going to talk shit about you the same way they talk shit about everybody on the internet. On the internet, nobody's safe. Everybody's fair game. All right. So you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready for all the negative things, all the good things and the negative things. You just can't think it's going to be one-sided. Unless it is one-sided, and you got to hope that it's on your side and not the other side, because I've seen it where crowds really love this one girl and she could do no wrong. And then I seen where crowds completely hate a girl and everything she does is wrong. They're like, fuck her, she's a piece of shit, da-da-da-da. And everybody's like, okay, all right, I get it. So, yeah, you got to see where do you want to fit into this equation, and know that if you throw yourself into this equation, then you don't have privacy no more. Everybody's going to always be wondering what you're doing, what you're up to, what you got going on, and all this stuff. So there goes your first heads up right there. So, all right. So thank you for submitting your question, and we're going to get out of... FBI, open up! That's the wrong button. We're going to get out of... All right, beautiful people. All right, beautiful people, beautiful people, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning into the show, episode 195. I feel I rushed this a little bit, but I'm trying to get everything out right away for you guys to listen to this. So my bad if this isn't the best episode. What else? I just want to say shout out to you guys doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Don't forget doing your thing. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. All right. I want you to know that even if there's roadblocks in life, you got to keep going. If you fall down, you need to get your punk ass back up. All right. This world does not stop because you stumble or fall. All right. The world keeps on going and going and going, whether you're with it or not. All right. You got to thank God for gravity, because if you fell down and you chose to stay down, you would have went off into orbit. All right. You would have just flew. But shout out to you guys. Keep doing your thing. I don't know when the next time I'm going to drop an episode. August is going to be really crazy to record. I'm trying to do a guest episode, so that's the other thing. And let's see where we take it from here. But thank you very much. I am your host, Jose Luis, and I'm out of here. Peace, 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 peace. Deuces.